I have one question that I want to ask Faxi and Shane specifically, because you both, and maybe Tanis as well, which you all seem to like the skill, right? I don't hate it.
New toy.
My question is, was it worth it? For what we got out of it, was it worth taking up the slot of a skill release?
Yes.
That is my question.
I would say that it's a big enough fundamental change to the game. And they did a lot of steps, regardless of whether you think it was all of the steps, but they took a lot of steps towards fixing the issues in the combat system with the other styles.
Right.
I think that having this as an option and having it as that onboard, like you're saying, and having it as that accessible gear, like Tanis is saying, I think all of these are good. And I think that there's, like archaeology to some degree, there's a room for growth. There's room to add things to it, to add new ritual sites, to add new gear and drops. And there is both reward space and content space in the game related to the skill that I think it added enough options for that I would say is worth it.
Okay.
So I have a little bit of a, that might be hot take, I guess.
Do it.
So I think it was worth it, but I think we could have had Necromancy as a non-combat skill. I think it did things.
Okay. Like a support skill.
Mm-hmm. And because it didn't fundamentally change the combat, and everything that it fixed could have been done in an existing way already.
We could have had old school thralls as conjures. We could have had darkness just as a alternative to animate dead from melee and range. We could have had it could have been the Archaeus spellbook, to use the old school option. It could have just had a lot of these things.
They could have done the crit changes. They
could have added a necromancy equivalence ability that they could have added the soul strike abilities to range. Or magic. They could have added the necrosis stack. They could have dispersed it out to the other styles and said, here's better stuff as a support role.
And
that's fair.
I would have been just as happy, right?
Right.
Yeah. I just.
It's a different universe. In some universe out there, that's what happened, and we are having a very different conversation about the things we're upset with about it.
That's precisely why.
That's totally true.
Why it's not a no-brainer for me to say yes to your question. I mean, it's good. I like it. I've had fun with it. Am I going to continue doing PVM as I have been for the last 3 months? I don't think so.
You're not?
I don't think so. No.
Interesting.
I'm going to finish my Raziel log and probably be done. See what Vorkath is like, but...
Presumably Vorkath. We still don't know. Actually, no, we do at this point, don't we? But
And that's the thing.
You're still going to do Reapers and things, though, right? You're not you'll still do a Reaper occasionally.
But before Necromancy, I hadn't done a Reaper since January.
I'm proud of you. This is growth. Dailies are the worst.
So
hot take.
But see, that's the thing. I can't jump up and down yes as if it was archaeology. It's good. I like it. But if you present me another skill that does something else,
shamanism.
Yeah,
sailing.
Not sailing.
It's coming. Speaking of old school RuneScape, leagues.
Yeah, that's
podcast for another day.
That's right.